Hello. হ্যালো,
আসসালামু আলাইকুম মিস।
ওয়ালাইকুম আসসালাম। কথা শোনা যাচ্ছে?
ইয়েস মিস।
কি অবস্থা সবার?
আলহামদুলিল্লাহ ভালো।
Seven participants only. How many students in the class?
53.
53. Only 7 participants.
Assalamu alaikum, miss.
ওয়ালাইকুম আসসালাম। আমরা একটু ওয়েট করি, হ্যাঁ 2 মিনিট আমরা একটু দেখি। 11 জন হয়েছে পার্টিসিপেন্ট, আর কয়েকজন আসবে। সবার শরীর কেমন? সবাই সুস্থ?
Ji, miss, alhamdulillah.
আলহামদুলিল্লাহ। Okay. Now there are 14 participants, but we will start our class now. Now I will share my screen with you. If you face any problem regarding screen, please let me know. Okay? Sixteen participants. Okay. Today we will start chapter 14, biotechnology. Small chapter, and we'll complete this chapter with this one lecture. If you face any problem regarding this chapter, you will ask me question last 10 minutes. But before that, no one try to create any noise or any types of chat with each other. 20 participants. Now 23, okay. First of all, what will be the learning objectives of our today's lecture? We will be able to explain the concept and importance of biotechnology. That means what is biotechnology, what's the importance of biotechnology, everything we will be able to know after this lecture. Be able to explain tissue culture, advantages of tissue culture. We will be able to explain the process of genetic engineering. Tissue culture, genetic engineering, both are under the biotechnology department. That's why we have to complete tissue culture and genetic engineering both. And these both topics are very important for your exam. Use of genetic engineering, crop production, animal disease. And finally, genetic engineering in the production of insulin and hormone, which is very important, as this question frequently come in your exam, that the production of insulin or hormone using the technology of genetic engineering. Now, biotechnology. What is biotechnology? Biotechnology mainly involve the biology and the advanced technology. That means when we use any substance from biology department and use the advanced technology, and these both department fuse together to create a new things, a new types of important things which can play an important role in our present society, present civilization. That type of creation is known as biotechnology. The interrelation between biology and technology is biotechnology. And first of all, Hungarian engineer Karl Ereky, 1919, first coined the word. It's important for your MCQ exam. In 19th century, after the discovery of Gregor Johann Mendel's law of heredity, we all know the law of heredity. There's two laws of heredity of genetics. So it's very important if you want to start biotechnology or if you want to apply biotechnology, you have to know the laws of heredity. Biotechnology started its new advancement, new era. That means if you want to start that I want to work in a biotechnology sector, obviously you have to know the law of heredity. The technology has opened the door to vast possibilities in crop creation. That means new types of species in case of plant, crop creation, crop quality. Obviously, hybridization occur in case of biotechnology. That means two different types of species unite together and create a hybrid vigor. That means more developed crop or more developed species. And eventually, thus the quality of that species is great. And quantity of growth, the number of the crop quantity and environmental protection. These all are the usefulness of biotechnology. Tissue culture and genetic engineering from many methods of biotechnology are being used in multi-dimensional aspects in agriculture and other fields. Actually, in the present time, the era is known as biotechnological era. Everything, every types, every sector, we solely depend on the biotechnology. We can get tomatoes all the year, but before that, before the biotechnological development, it was impossible. But now we can get all types of vegetables in throughout the year. So it's only possible for the biotechnology. Tissue culture. There are so many points are listed in your textbook. That's why I actually didn't put any types of text here. I'm trying to show you a video which will be more helpful for you to understand the tissue culture. So first of all, what is tissue culture? It's the definition. It's the growth of tissues or cells in an artificial medium separated from the parent organism. That means first of all, we have to select a certain part of a plants or animals, whatever. Certain part means a tissue part, a small tissue part, and then we have to growth this part in an artificial media. This is typically facilitated via a liquid, semi-solid or solid growth medium such as broth or agar. Tissue culture commonly refers to the culture of animal cells or plant cells, with the more specific term plant tissue culture being used for plants. In case of animal, we have to culture the animal tissue. In case of plant, we have to culture the plant tissue. This is the video. Please try to see the video carefully. In this figure, in our textbook, only this callus culture, The third number of culture, callus culture, are mentioned in our textbook, but there are different types of tissue culture: embryo culture, organ culture, cell culture, and at the present time, different types of animals are also created in the lab. So these types of different types of culture are present in case of tissue culture, and in our textbook, only callus culture is mentioned. Totipotent plant cell, very important. It's the agar medium, sucrose, inorganic salts. There we know two terms. One is micropropagation and second one is identical. That means after tissue culture, all types of new species, all types of new product will be the same of the mother product. Identical will be the mother. And what is the meaning of micropropagation? The small parts of plant, that's why these small parts, using these small parts, will be able to create all types of different types of identical product. That's why this process also known as micropropagation. One of the best use of tissue culture is different types of, two types of species fused together to form a new species. And it's very important in present days and in our future days, we have to depend on this biotechnological sector. that different species fuse together to form a new hybrid vigor or hybrid species. This new plant is also available in our country now. The University, Agriculture University of Bangladesh developed this new plant using the cell from tomato and the cell from potato, and they named the plant as Tomalu. That means tomato and alu. In Bengali, Tomalu. So the new species will be named as Tomalu. In the root level, potato will be developed, and in the upper level, tomato will be developed. That means you will get two types of vegetables from one plant. And this is the very important biotechnological work at present days. So now, what are the steps of tissue culture? At a glance, we can see the total steps of tissue culture. First of all, we have to select a fertile and good mother plants. Then we have to collect sample tissue. Then we have to place the tissue on a medium, agar medium. Then we have to develop the callus. After that, the callus will develop its root, and then we have to transfer it in an environment. This is the basic steps of the tissue culture. Now, what are the uses of tissue culture? It's very important, as the 3 or 4 marks question answer will come from this sector, tissue culture use. First of all, plant tissue culture, higher yield, independent of environment season. That means we don't need to depend on any seasonal fruits. We can get all types of fruits, vegetables throughout the year. Potential for low cost production. As you all see, the new species like potato and tomato fuse together to create a new species. So these types of species, if we develop, then it will take low cost. That means in a simple or low, at a low cost, you can get 2 types of vegetables from one plant. Harvest in short duration, production of novel compounds, round the year availability. That means you can able to get all types of fruits, vegetables, rice throughout the year. Continuous supply of products with uniform quality, conservation of natural population and sustainability. These disadvantages. What are the disadvantages? It's your homework. You have to find out the disadvantages. First of all, against the nature. That means we are creating new species, but which are not natural. That means all the experiment, all the new production are against the nature. So what are the disadvantages? If all creation against the nature, what will we face difficulties in the near future? You have to find out this answer. Okay, now tell me, if you have any question regarding tissue culture, please ask me. Hello?
Question
Hello?
name is
Any question?
no, miss.
Okay, now genetic engineering. Genetic engineering is also a important part of biotechnology. What's the definition of genetic engineering? Technique of transferring a DNA with a specific gene from an organism to a desired organism. That means you have to find out, first of all, you have to find out the specific gene, which gene you want to multiply. And then you have to find out an organism in which you have to place your desired gene. In a simpler way, it can be said that changing DNA of any organism to develop new characters. The main role of genetic engineering is to develop new characteristics, and then the transfer of the desired part of DNA is cut from an organism and set it into a DNA of another organism to develop a new character. The later DNA is called recombinant DNA. That means after combining the desired DNA to a new DNA, then we will be able to call that organism will be recombinant DNA, like insulin production. In case of insulin production, we use Escherichia coli microorganism. After combining the two types of DNA in Escherichia coli, then we can able to say that organism as recombinant DNA. You will get a clear concept after seeing a video also. With this technology, the transfer of the desired part of DNA from a bacteria to human being, from plant to animal, and from animal to plant have become possible. That means using genetic engineering, human are able to fuse all types of species together, like bacteria to plant, plant to animal, animal to plant, everything. Any change that occurs in a gene through mutation or any other way is called genetic modification. Before the discovery of genetic method, the process happening in nature for millions of years is called organic evolution. That means before the biotechnology, these all terms are known as organic evolution. So now, tell me anyone, what is mutation? Any idea? What is mutation? Anyone? Mutation means any types of change in the DNA. Maybe it's good, it's bad, it's worse, it's strong, weak, whatever. But any types of change in a DNA is known as mutation. Now you will see a video on genetic engineering, recombinant DNA. Please, carefully. This is the pancreas. Pancreas means Agnachoy. Okay. So the video clearly show the process of insulin production or genetic engineering or recombinant DNA. So now tell me, what is recombinant DNA? "28 students. Anyone? What is recombinant DNA? Who is the class captain?
মিস বাং মারছে দেখেন।
Omar.
Miss,
7415.
molecules of DNA. Miss, molecules of DNA.
Molecules of DNA, recombinant DNA. What is recombinant DNA? Not actually
Miss,
molecules of DNA. Actually, recombinant DNA means
Then-
when we fuse our desired DNA to our carrier DNA. Then the carrier will be known as recombinant DNA. That means in case of bacteria, bacterial plasmid, we have to cut down a definite part of bacterial plasmid. Then we have to fuse our desired DNA with that plasmid. After the fusion, that bacteria will be known as recombinant microorganism, and that DNA or plasmid will be known as recombinant DNA. Look at this figure. Human insulin production. It's the recombinant DNA or genetic engineering technology. First of all, it's human pancreas cell and it's the DNA. We have to cut down the specific part of DNA from this DNA. This is the small part of pancreatic DNA which able to produce insulin. Then we have to choose a bacteria or choose a microorganism which will be able to produce this DNA. As Escherichia coli always remain in our digestive system, in our body, and these bacteria are well known to our body. That's why every scientist use Escherichia coli to produce insulin production. This is the bacterial DNA and this is the plasmid DNA. Two types of DNA present in bacteria, bacterial DNA and plasmid DNA. We have to choose plasmid DNA and we have to cut down a specific part of plasmid DNA. Then the desired insulin DNA and the plasmid DNA fuse together. That time we will call this new DNA as recombinant DNA. It's a very common question and it's frequently come in your exam. What is recombinant DNA? That means when we fuse our desired DNA to new plasmid DNA, that time the new production DNA will be known as recombinant DNA. Then we have to place this recombinant DNA into the bacterium. We have to cut down this plasmid DNA and fixed or place this new DNA in its place. And as we all know, bacteria multiply very, very quickly. And within minute, crore of bacteria will be developed. And after that, we will collect the specific recombinant DNA and use it to the production of human insulin. It's a very common process and important process and it's come in your exam. So importantly complete this. Now, stages of the preparation of DNA recombinant and GMO. What is GMO? GMO means genetically modified organism. Genetically modified organisms means an organisms whose gene sequence or genome sequence will be changed using genetic engineering. That means DNA recombinant organism, also known as genetically modified organism. If any question come to your exam like what is GMO, first of all you have to write down the definition of DNA recombinant or recombinant DNA. Then you have to say that this new DNA or this new DNA containing organism is known as a genetically modified organism or GMO. Now, this is the total procedure of the recombinant DNA. You will get Full procedure in your textbook also. So now, what are the advantages and disadvantages of recombinant DNA? There are two. What is this? You got to have the right genes, buddy. That means two types of same species of crops, but one is strong and the other one is weak in production. Advantages. Genetically modified crops or genetically modified organism, whatever it is, the advantages are insect resistance. That means genetically modified crops are able to resist any types of insect. That means all types of insect invest in crops are stopped. Herbicide tolerance, drought resistance, yield increase, nutrient enhancement, virus tolerance. That means the new species or new crops will be hybrid vigor and fully strong. So what are the pros and cons? It's very important. Please take a screenshot of this slide. What are the pros and cons? Crops, animals, environment, safety, access, intellectual property, ethics, leveling. In case of crops, better taste and quality, less time to ripen, more nutrients, more food, stress tolerance, improved resistance to disease, pest and herbicide, new products and growing techniques. Ethics, violation of natural organisms, intrinsic values, violation, that means against the nature. All types of genetic engineering are against the nature. You modified the natural organism to find out a new, strong hybrid vigor. So actually, what are the value or why this is against the nature? When all the species will be genetically modified, then the natural species will be weaker than the genetically modified organism. So that at near future, we will see that the natural crops are not able to compete with the genetically modified organism. That's why they will be dead or they will just gone from the nature. What is our future? Or what's the future of genetic engineering? This is the future of genetic engineering. In one plant, we will get different types of fruits. In October, September, August, July, June, May. That means throughout the year, from one plant, we will get different types of fruit. So you don't need to make any gardening in your rooftop. You have to just buy this one plant and you will get all types of fruit throughout the year. So now the exercise. What are the exercise? You have to memorize the tissue culture process and the advantages and disadvantages of that process, and that discuss the role of genetic engineering in improve crop condition. And with this, you have to also memorize the process of genetic engineering or insulin production. Now, ask me question. Any problem? Anyone?
No, miss.
No question. 10E, class 10 English version or the Genius version.
Miss recombinant DNA টা আরেকবার একটু বলবেন?
Recombinant DNA, okay. Recombinant DNA is the modified DNA. When you need to find out a desired characteristic, you will cut down a part of the DNA or desired DNA and fuse it with the plasmid DNA. That means carrier DNA. When two types of DNA fuse together, then we can say the new DNA as recombinant DNA. Look at this figure. This is the desired DNA. That means I have to culture this DNA, not this DNA. This plasmid DNA will be the carrier. This plasmid DNA will multiply this desired DNA. Okay, but I need this DNA and this DNA I need to culture. After fusing these two DNA, the new DNA will be known as recombinant DNA. And when I will put this recombinant DNA into the bacterium, that time this bacteria will be known as a genetically modified organism. That means a GMO or recombinant DNA recombinant organism. But before that, we cannot say this organism as a genetically modified organism. And after that, this bacterium will multiply frequently, and we have to collect this DNA and cut down this desired DNA from this plasmid DNA and use it for the production of insulin. Now, next, any question?
Miss agar ki
Agar is a medium. Agar is a medium of tissue culture. Wet. This is agar medium, tissue culture. Good. Okay, agar is a medium where I